Aloha maka maka. Hi friends, dear friends. I'm Dr. Diana Joy Ostroff, and today I'm inspired to speak about controlling our state. And if you've heard me speak about this before, it's probably because I need a lot of work on this. I'm of the belief that we are in charge of our state of mind, and it behooves us to learn how to manage that state even when conditions are such that we could otherwise get taken down or come off our center and start to spiral or start to do a little decline when things aren't quite right. And what are some of those things? Well, yesterday I turned on the news just wanting to catch up. I don't do it often. And I heard it sounded like a reminder of a tragic event that had happened many, many years ago, decades ago. And it entered my psyche and altered my peace of mind. And I was taken off my center. And I had to quickly change the station, and we can do that in our own minds. Just like we would change the station of the TV or the radio, we can change the station of our internal being. When we recognize, maybe we're having a discussion with a person, or we meet someone and it's really nice and we're happy to see them and we're exchanging niceties, and all of a sudden the conversation somehow starts to go down, talking about aches and pains and problems and what this one did or that one did. That's one of the worst things that we can do, is talk about other people and their imperfections. When we do that, when we're able to see another's imperfections to the extent that it actually bothers us, it means there's part of us inside that may have similar imperfections. Perhaps we're thinking that person's being judgmental, and we can say to ourselves, how often have I been judgmental? We might say, well, that person feels jealous, and that's why they're acting like that. And then we have to say, well, how often, or when is the last time I felt jealous? Or that person is just being negative. And then, when was the last time I was negative? So for us to condemn another person for something that we indeed have been, maybe even in the last 24 hours, doesn't seem really fair to me, does it to you? That's the opportunity we have. We have the opportunity to notice if another person suddenly becomes negative. We can think about that person and perhaps understand the challenges that they're having. Maybe they've been having challenges all their life. In fact, those who start with negativity really quickly into the conversation, and we know who those people are very well, they have programs that have been presenting negativity all their lives. That's their normal, comfortable place. In fact, we could say something like, oh, you look beautiful. And they'll say, oh, but I feel like this is wrong and that's wrong, and look at me and my hair. And immediately they're going from being complimented to just taking themselves down in the conversation, down to a place that's not as graceful. When this happens, it's not always the best time to initiate a counseling session and remind that person to focus on what's good, though it's not a bad idea. It's quite a good idea. Gently, or we can ask permission. May I please invite you to just focus on the compliment I just gave you? we can't raise the vibration of our friend quickly enough, and we notice that it's taking us down 1 notch, 2 notches, 3 notches. It's okay for us to gently excuse ourselves and just say, dear friend, I love you and I need to go get a drink of water. Last night I said to myself, I need to get fresh air. And I simply stepped outside and I just took in fresh air and breathed. And I did that as long as I could. And sometimes these things happen over and over again in an evening. That's the opportunity. I don't even want to call it a challenge, though it is. It's an opportunity for us to practice regularly checking in with our state of mind and making a decision. Which channel do I want to be on? Happy, content, calm, peaceful, or do I want to engage in chatter? Chatter that's, whether it's positive or negative, sometimes it's not necessary. Sometimes we need to stay in our peaceful space. And what is wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with sometimes just quieting down, slowing down, focusing on our breathing, and just being the peaceful beings that we're meant to be. Well, so confession is, this is something that I've been working on for many years, since I've been aware how important it is. And I can't say I'm getting great at it. I'm getting better. I'm becoming more conscious. And I'm inviting you to do the same. I'm Dr. Diana Joy Ostroff, and usually I want to talk to you about whatever's pertinent in your life. Is it the stomach ache? Is it the headache? Is it the neck tension? However, for those of you who know me well, typically I like to focus on what's really deep inside our hearts and our souls and our spirits. And if we can begin by correcting those inside awarenesses and emotions and feelings and expressions and moods and states, it's a lot easier to heal. So that's my invitation to you. Thank you so much for listening. Dr. Diana Joy Ostroff, and I hope to see you very soon.